What's up guys, it's Slight Hyper here with another video and on SW Bros, and today's video is going to be the top 5 natural 3-star monsters in Summoner's War. So right away I'm just going to say that I'm not going to be including light dark monsters in this list unless they are farmable light dark monsters, because there's a lot of good light dark natural 3 stars, but they're hard to obtain because they're not farmable, and light dark scrolls are few and far between. So that is why I will not be counting light dark monsters unless they're farmable. Then can be included in the list. And then all natural 3 stars that are either fire, wind, or water are eligible, whether they're farmable or not, because they're a lot easier to get, because mystical scrolls come a lot more often, and you can even get them in unknown scrolls. So, alright, let's go ahead and get into this list. So, first place is going to be none other than the Light Inugami Belladion. So, Belladion is just such a versatile monster. First let me say something. Belladion can be used from early games when you're a beginner. Belladion's good. When you're a mid-game player, so when you're in the middle like me, Belladion's still good. When you get late game, Belladion can still be good. People don't use her as much as you get really, really good, but she'll last you a super long time, like really a long time. So she's definitely a good monster to build. Definitely build this one. Get it and build it. So the way you get it is you're gonna get her in the secret dungeon on Light Day, Hall of Light. So, So on Sunday, get her from a secret dungeon. Alright, and then let's get into her skill. So first skill is, as you guys probably know, it's a 2-turn death break, 100% chance. So it's always going to attempt to land it. It's up to your accuracy whether it'll actually land it or get resisted, but it always has the chance of getting landed. If you have good accuracy, it will almost always land. So it's good to always have a reliable, consistent defense break to always know that you can have. It's great in dungeons. I mean, it's great everywhere. This skill is a really good skill. Second skill is basically just to strip all beneficial effects on target every 3 turns max skilled. So that's nice in dragons to strip the immunity, giants to strip the attack buff, and then arena and guild battles to strip any buffs that the enemy may have. So that's also a good skill. Third skill, fill the attack bar by 30%, recovers their HP by 30%, reusable every 4 turns if you max skill it. So that's a good little heal. It's enough to solo heal. If you need Belladion to solo heal, he can do it, or she can do it, or whatever. It can do it, so he's good enough to solo heal. So he has the defense break, a strip, and a heal. It's just, that's really hard to beat. That's why he's coming in at number 1. And also you can use him basically anywhere. He's great in giants, great in dragons, great in TOA, good in arena, good in guild battles, offense and defense for both of those. So there's not many places you can't use Belladion. It's a very versatile mon that you won't regret building, that's for sure. So now let's get into second place is going to the Wind Griffon Bernard. So Bernard is found in Timor Desert. You get him out of the chest when you finish the level. Bernard is good early, so a beginner. Early game, he's great. Mid game, he's still great. End game, he's still great. So Bernard is useful every stage in this game, Summoner's War. So first skill, doesn't really do anything. Damage according to your speed, just an attack. Second skill, attacks the enemy with the body slam, weakens their attack power and defense for 2 turns. So sword break and defense break are reusable every 2 turns when you max skill. So it's basically a constant defense break and sword break. That's just, I mean, that's hard to beat. It's great. That skill is really good in Giants B10 to put a sword break on the boss. That's a really good skill for that. Third skill, increases the attack bar of all allies by 30% and also increases their attack speed for 2 turns. So, reusable every 3 turns max skilled, I believe. This skill is great in Giants and even Dragons. It'll boost the attack bar and TOA. It just gives you guys more turns. It's also great in Arena once you get more advanced to middle or late game, because it'll give you, if you have a really fast Bernard with a lot of speed, you'll get the first turn, you can boost everyone's attack bar, and then your whole team gets to go, and you can potentially kill all their monsters before they even get a turn. So its leader skill is attack power of all allies that are win by 30%. That's something special, but his base speed is pretty good too. 111 is pretty good. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into third place, which is going to be his wind or his fire counterpart, Spectra, the fire Gryphon. So look at that base speed, just first of all, 126. That is crazy. That's crazy good. That's so good. So basically, Spectra is one that, as a beginner, he won't do that much for you. As a mid-game and end-game player is when you will use him. Especially mid-game, he's very good. So everywhere except for, beginners, early game, you can use Spectra. So first skill, attacks the enemy with same thing, just a damage according to your attack speed. Second skill, inflicts damage proportional to your enemy's max HP. Consumes 10% of your HP. So you lose 10% of your HP, but on like a boss, or like the Dragon's B10 boss, it does a lot of damage because it's proportional to the enemy's max HP. So it's really good in TOA, it's really good in Dragons, and then let's see this third skill. Sends out a gust of wind that has a 50% chance to decrease the attack bar of all enemies by 30% and decrease their attack bar for 2 turns. So that's reusable every 3 turns max skilled, and this one's every 3 or 2 turns max skilled, I believe. I'm not sure on these, but this skill is also harmless. So it like even if it's a water monster, it can still land it with the same chance. So like it doesn't glance because it's harmless. So it'll always land the attack speed debuff if it's going to, regardless of element or anything like that. So this skill basically decreases the attack bar and puts attack speed debuff. So it basically keeps the other team from getting turns. So it's like the opposite of Bernard. Bernard gives your team more turns. Spectra gives their team less turns. So imagine them put together. You get more turns, they get less turns. I mean, that's just, that's really good. So that's why Spectra is so good. Spectra is great in Dragons B10 and TOA. Is mainly what he specializes in. That's mainly where you'll end up using him, is those two right there. So now let's get into the fourth place, which is going to be, where is it? Alright, Mav, the Wind Penguin Knight. So charges to attack and stuns the enemy for 1 turn with a 20% chance. It goes to 50% chance once you max skill him. So that's pretty nice. Oh, it's frozen right now. It looks like, let's see. Yeah, it just crashed. Alright, let me get this back up on there. Let me get this back up. Hold on. Alright, let's get this back on. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties. I gotta get this thing back on, mirrored back on the computer. I'm not sure why it's not working. Come on. Okay, wait, let me, oh my god, this is very annoying. I'm so sorry you guys have to deal with this. Let me get things sorted out. Come on. Alright, let me restart this. This is a pain. Alright, finally we're able to get this back on. Alright, now I need to put this thing back in here. Alright. Okay, guys. We are back in business. Alright. so sorry about that, guys. So, anyways, like I was saying, fourth place is going to go to Mav, the Wind Penguin Knight, if I could find it. Alright. Okay, back. So, first skill, basically just a stun. Once you max skill, it's 50% chance to stun, so that's nice. Just have a 50% chance stun first skill. That's good. Second skill, recovers your HP by 25%, and provokes the enemy for one turn with a 75% chance. This goes up to 100% chance, I believe, once he's max skilled. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, it goes up to 100% chance. It's still 3 turns. So I'll just leave her here. Alright. So that's good. A provoke, it's great. I mean, you need to provoke sometimes to keep them from using their third skill or second skill. Third skill removes one harmful effect, so it's a one debuff cleanse for everyone on your team. Decreases their skill cooldown by 1 turn each and increases their attack speed for 2 turns. So this skill is just crazy. It cleanses, makes your turn, all your team's skills 1 turn closer to being usable again, and he increases attack speed. This is reusable every 3 turns, so that skill is just like one of the best skills for a natural 3-star in the game. So basically the only place you'll really use Mav is in TOA, Trials of Ascension, normal and hard, but he is just like so good for that. That's why he comes in at 4th in this list. He's like one of the best TOA monsters. He's just so good. As a natural 3-star, he's very hard to beat. Alright, so you'll use him. He won't be worth too much in early game. He'll be great in mid game and end game. So middle players and end game players. So really advanced players, he's great for you guys. So now let's get into this 5th place. Is going to be Megan, the Water Mystical Witch or Mystic Witch. Yeah, Mystic Witch. So alright, let's get this first skill. First skill is basically just a continuous damage for 1 turn. So that's always nice in dragons and stuff. Always nice everywhere, really. This one removes 1 beneficial effect, so it strips a buff, and it prevents the target from receiving beneficial effects for 1 turn with a 75% chance. So it strips them and makes it so they can't put on any more buffs for a turn. So that's pretty good right there. Second skill, increases the attack bar of all allies by 20% and decreases their attack power and defense for 2 turns. So that's good. Attack buff and debuff, and it boosts your attack bar by 20%. That's a really good skill. So, and it's leader, attack power, and arena by 21. That's alright, but it's not that good. So the main place you'll use Megan is going to be dragons. She's great in dragons, and she can be used in Trials of Ascension. That's the 2 places. She can also be used in Giants B10, but she's mainly good at dragons, and she's very good dragons monster. That's what she's best at, because she does a dot, she can strip the immunity, and she gives attack buff, debuff, and increase the attack bar. I'm not sure how many turns is reusable, probably every 3 or 4 turns max skill. The only drawback to her is her 97 speed is pretty low. Her base speed is pretty low, and you need pretty good speed on her, but it's still good, a monster. It's still a really good monster. So now we're going to get into some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list but are still worthy of considering and building. So, alright, so yeah, the honorable mentions are in no particular order, but the first one is going to be Copper. Where's Copper? Okay, Copper. Alright, Copper is I'm not going to go too in depth in these guys. I'm just going to kind of talk about them. So Copper is basically really good in Guild War and Arena, especially Guild War with a team like if you have Jamire, Amesity, and Copper, it's great because this third skill, if you have a lot of defense on it, will basically one-shot anyone. So you can one-shot their one threat in a guild battle or something like that. So that's Copper. It's frozen again. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Anyways, and then I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Next one, the next honorable mention is going to be Bulldozer, the Wind Frankenstein. Sorry, not the Wind. The Fire Frankenstein. Frankenstein, he's really well paired with Copper and Guild Wars. Oh, there we go. He does similar. This attack will ignore the target's defense, but you will be stunned for 1 turn. So it ignores defense, so it can hit really hard. Basically, he's great in guild battles with Copper. So those two are just really good guild battles monsters. They can also be used in arena too. And then the third honorable mention. Oh yeah, sorry. Copper and Bulldozer are mainly going to be used only from mid to end game. Not early game people. You won't find that much use out of him. But once you're more advanced or whatever, you will find more use for him. So the final honorable mention is going to be Amon the light bearman. Amon is mainly useful as an early game player. As a beginner, Amon is great, and as a mid game, he can be useful. I don't really use him anymore, but I did, so he can be very useful. Basically, he's a really reliable healer because if he crits, he recovers all allies by 12% of his max HP. So all you need to do is get 100 crit rate on him, so it heals every single turn, and get as much HP as you can, so it heals as much as it can. So alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. That's going to be the top 5 natural 3-star monsters in Summoner's War. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.